Well, welcome to Partners in Ministry. My name's Dan Smith, and today I'll be joined by Felicia Carter. Felicia is the Chief Executive Officer of the Center of Attention Community Resource Center in Waterloo, Iowa. Well, welcome, Felicia. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks, Dan. I'm trying to get my hair up.
You bet. We are going to have some fun today. So just to help remind people of what you're currently doing there in Waterloo, give us an idea of the types of ministry that you're doing right now. What's happening there?
So as we speak, we have a circle of support group going on, and that is a community group where people get together to make friends on purpose, and they start off with their first, we have a meal together. So people bring food to share, and then they go through this process of what's new and good in their lives. And then we always offer, have a once dated offer on part where, if they need anything or want anything, they can always say what they need or want. Nothing's guaranteed. Sometimes my junk in my garage is somebody else's treasure. We still have after school program going on, and we do allow 12-step programs to come and hold meetings at the community center. And we also have the Women's Transitional House for women that are re-entering society from prison.
Sure. Now, I know one of the unique things about a lot of people who have community resource ministries or centers or whatever, it has a tendency to be detached from the people you're actually serving. What's the significance of the location of the Quakerdale campus right now for you and your ministry?
You know, this is just a centralized location in a community where, we are, we see a lot of impoverished or marginalized individuals. And so because we are people with lived experience from substance use, they tend to, come seek what's going on here.
So Felicia, I understand that God's kind of giving you a unique vision for the future. What does that look like? What's he put in your heart to do there on the campus?
So I have been, ever since I've moved here in 2016, but real recently, probably in the last 6 months, and with the opiate epidemic that has, came into our community and touched pretty much, I would say, so many families of people that have an opiate overdose. And with the wave of what's going on nationally, I would love to increase, enhance the services that we provide, make it a recovery community. And that will also include just branching off into, increasing how many people we can serve, including me in a transitional home, but separately, of course. And then having one of the buildings to be the center where, because everybody don't do a 12-step program, just to, broaden, different programs like Smart Recovery. There's another program that is biblical based. And then also just hiring more peer recovery coaches. And those are people with lived experience with substance abuse to help people that are trying to get people that have overdosed to get into treatment, and then to help them once they get out of treatment to find their own recovery path.
In order to do that, you're going to need to look to kind of expand your facilities. What's God telling you about what you might want to do as far as increasing your footprint there in Waterloo?
I did reach out to the director about a month ago in Quakerdale and just told him my vision of, acquiring this campus, and then also talking to, some local funders that, are interested, and said if I could raise half of what they want, that they would give me the other half. So now it's just about putting my, one foot in front of the other and not losing faith. And
Sure.
that's hard to do when you, envision. And the thing that I have to remember is that, I can do all things through Christ that strengthen me. And then that I can do so much, and then he can do the impossible. And that's what I have to remember, that God can do the impossible. And when I look, in my limit, my limitation is what I can see in front of me. But, just like coming over here in 2016 and, utilizing the community center. And then in 2019, opening up the Women's Transitional Center at 321 Irving. It's like that same fear that I had. It's like I got to walk through that fear, because on the other side of that fear is faith, right? And so I just need prayer, and it just, that it will transpire one of these days.
Sure. Well, that's a good point. That you mean prayer is such a big key. What are some other ways, other than and praying, that people could join or get involved with what you're doing to make that expansion a reality?
Um, I am looking at um starting a capital campaign, and I've never done a capital campaign before. So if anybody know how to work a business plan or know what's the steps in a capital campaign, I would, I am open for suggestions and guidance, because I need it. I
Sure.
don't know everything. I just know, what God placed on my heart. And so now, I have to say I need help, so the doors opportunity can, you know, get open.
Sure. Yeah. Well, Felicia, that is really exciting. I think God's just really put a neat vision in your heart. I know the ministry so far there in the Waterloo campus has been huge between you and Kimberly Camp. It's just been amazing to see what's been happening there in Waterloo, and I could really see how these things that he's put on your heart to expand would be amazingly beneficial, not just to the small community there, but Waterloo as a whole. So,
Yeah.
thanks for sharing that vision with us. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Hey, if you've got any questions, or if you'd like to learn more about the Center of Attention or the vision that Felicia has for the future on there, you can see her contact information here on the screen, or you can find it in the show notes for this episode on our website. So, on behalf of the Center of Attention, Felicia Carter, and Partners in Ministry, I want to thank you for joining us today. And until next time, let's get out there and serve as Christ serves.